good stuff. So, good afternoon, everyone. As you can see, my voice carries, so let me lower the microphone a little bit. So my name is Burton Kelso. I'm known around the Kansas City area as the technology expert. That's like a big thing, right? Saying you're the expert of all things technology. But I kind of do know my stuff, you know. Oh, are we ready to, oh, there we go. I got ahead. Let's go back. So anyway, short story about me. I'm a national speaker. I've done a TED Talk on AI, believe it or not. I also own a technology support and computer repair company here in the metro area. But enough bragging about myself. Let's talk about how to be a go-giver with your email marketing strategy. And so I want you to kind of sit back and relax and go back about 20 years when email started to take place. Do you remember those days? You open up your inbox, there was nice email from your friends and from business associates, and you didn't have a lot of junk to go through. And I miss those days. And every day I hate to open up my email because it's filled with nothing but junk. There are people that are always sending spammy messages trying to get you to buy products and services. And I get it, because as digital marketers, we all want to make that Skrilla. Does anyone know what the word Skrilla means? Skrilla means money. It's African-American slang term for money, like Benjamins or stacks or chips, all that good stuff. We all want to make money. That's why we market. We want to take our businesses to the next level. We want to get people to buy our products and services. But I've got some bad news for all of you. Regardless what your digital marketing or email marketing campaign is, no one really cares about your business. I hate to tell you that. They really don't care. They care about companies that are able to help solve pain points in their business. So you can have the best, greatest giveaway. You could be giving away stuff free, but people won't take it unless it is solving a pain point. And so as we come back from 20 years ago and enter our email marketing strategy now, we need to craft ourselves to become go-givers in our email marketing campaign. Instead of selling, how are you helping your customer base? You really have to think about that aspect. As an IT company, it's great to put a picture of, we could build this awesome computer for your business, but you really don't care what type of computer you have, correct? Doesn't matter if it's a Windows computer or a Macintosh computer, as long as it works is the only thing that you care about. And as long as that computer does not get infected with a virus, those are the things that you want from your computers and all of your technology devices. So I want you, as we go through this presentation, to start to develop and retrain your mind to be more go-giving when it comes to your email marketing. Now, some of you probably aren't familiar with the term go-giver. There's a book about it. But actually, when you're a go-giver, you're giving without any expectation back. So when you're marketing to people, you're marketing because you want to solve pain points, and more importantly, you want to develop relationships with the people that you are marketing to. Because truth be told, if you aren't developing relationships with your current customer base and your potential customers, what's the point? Algorithms don't matter. If you look at results as far as your current marketing campaign, doesn't really matter. Is your company connecting with people and helping them solve whatever problems that they are facing in their lives? And so in this journey that we're about to take over the next 40 minutes, we are going to talk about what actionable things that you can do to help craft your emails so that they're more go-giving in nature and less salesy in nature. True story, I just got an email before I got on stage from somebody wanting to do Calendly. Do you get those emails? I hate them because in most instances, people haven't done their research. they just have connected with me on LinkedIn. Somehow they got my email at the conference, usually because I wanted to win an Echo Dot. Maybe I wanted a pair of awesome socks at a conference. But people just take it upon themselves to take your email, and then they just start spamming you with different specials or wanting to connect and sell you things, or at least sell me things that don't apply to me. So before we get into our presentation and actionable points, I'm a huge trivia buff. So during this presentation, we're gonna play myth or fact. So the way it works is this. I'm gonna show an image, and then you have to decide if it's a myth or a fact. And just shout out your answers, and don't be afraid because, well, there'll be wrong answers as far as myth or fact, but let's just have fun with it because we're at the end, or almost at the end of Digital Summit. And one other ground rule that I want to make. You've got a question, or you want to heckle me, let's do it. Let's make it happen. So here we go, myth or fact? That's a glass of eggnog. So myth or fact? Eggnog was originally created in Germany. Is that a myth or is that a fact? Just shout it out. Yeah. Someone said myth. Anyone else? Came from England. And true story, back when eggnog was created, it was served hot, if you can imagine that. And early creations of eggnog were non-alcoholic. It was about a century later when they started dumping in Johnny Walker, or I can't even think of whiskey right now. Anyway, so number one, as I said, people do not really care about your business at all. It's a sad fact of life. When we deal with companies, we have problems that need to be solved and that we are looking for you to solve. It's not about the sales, it's about help me. Because in this day and age, we're all struggling with something that we need solved. If you have a plumbing business, hey, can you help unclog the toilet after Uncle James came by for Thanksgiving dinner? Maybe Aunt Susie poured down grease down the drain like you know you're not supposed to. I hope everyone knows that, right? You don't pour grease down the drain. It's gonna cause issues and you're gonna have a plumber visit. Maybe you pour grease down the drain. That's a problem that needs to be solved. Let's say that with digital marketing, you are working with customers that want to get more business. They want SEO, they want a wider brand. That's solving problems, not, well, let me show you this great product that's gonna take care of your needs. People want to be shown first that you can handle their problem before they will even consider engaging with you. So I want you, when you're starting your marketing campaign with the people that you've connected with at Digital Summit, is to start off your email with an intro email, just introducing who you are, how you met, and I don't even want you to say we offer this product or service. Start the conversation going. Get people to care about your company by giving first and not expecting anything in return. Because when you're developing business relationships, especially through email marketing, we have to start that dance of how the relationship's gonna work. And I think the challenge is that with social media, we look at social media as the platform that we develop the relationship with. Some of us don't. I see people putting ads out all the time. Come buy this. You know, we've got this product. We have a Black Friday or Cyber Monday sale that's gonna last all Christmas season. You've seen that? It's Black Friday for like the 5th week in a row. Like, no, it was 2 weeks ago. But it's always the sale. Let me get you to buy. That's the hustle. That's what we're stuck in. And we all know that email is the place where we want people to show up. So you definitely don't want to ruin that opportunity by starting the romance. And that's what I'm gonna call it. It's a romance. It's like you start a relationship. So think about this scenario. If you meet someone that you're interested in romantically, how would you feel if they proposed like on the first date? You'd run like hell, wouldn't you? So you can't start off with, okay, now I want you to work with us. You have to start off with, all right, let's get this thing started. Let me understand what your needs are so I can better fulfill them. And start that romance process so that you can start that relationship so that people will do business with you through email marketing. And there's different ways that you can start that romance process, but again, it doesn't start off with a sale. So I love doing this after conferences. So you gotta make sure it's permission-based, right? I still see people that will always ask, well, heck, where can I buy the best list to get email contacts? And I think that is so 2010. Because if you buy a list, how do you know if that list is viable? It could be a bunch of dead emails, right? And none of you are cyber criminals. Are you trying to get emails so that you can just send out spammy messages and get people to click on links? You shouldn't be, because I love Puss in Boots from Shrek. But that should be your mentality. Oh, please, let me add you to my email marketing list. You just don't want to assume that people want to be on it. Because I probably clear out about 100 pieces of spam every day out of my inbox. Does anybody have that beat as far as spam messages coming into their inbox? And I know a lot of it goes to the spam folder, but at the same time, you have to check your spam folder too, because you never know if a legitimate email is going to wind up in your spam folder. So always ask. In fact, with the intro, before you add them with the list, just say, hey, do I have permission to add you to our email marketing list? And promise, I won't spam you. I just want to get to know you, and I want to start this relationship so that way I can help offer value to your life, and hopefully you'll add value to ours by being one of our lifelong customers. So always ask. I think a big problem with email marketing, especially in our world today, is the whole call to action. Again, I hate are you ready to hop on a call so we can discuss how I can better take care of your needs? Not really, Janet or Brad. I stay pretty busy, so I don't have time to sit through another sales speech. It's never, hey, well, sometimes it is, hey, I want to know more about your company. But in all honesty, with a computer repair company, it's kind of self-explanatory what my company does. So I know that invite to coffee or to get on a Zoom call is to sell me something. I'm not ready for that. Zoom takes up too much time, and I'm tired of sitting in front of a computer anyway. I really don't want to meet for coffee because I have stuff to do. I have my current customer base that I need to take care of, or I'm halfway around the country. So what possibly could you want to meet about if you don't know who I am as a company or even know what my needs are? And do you even really care about me? I know you want to sell something to me. So again, it's like, I would almost say like online dating. Let's say you find a profile on Match or one of the online sites, but, oh gosh, I can't even think about it. The hookup sites, obviously you're not gonna do a lot of research with that. But with your online dating sites, you're going to go through the process of looking at someone's profile, finding out if they're a good fit, finding out if you should even spend time to meet with them. So you have to keep that process in mind when you are becoming a go-giver with your email marketing. True story, but this has to deal with the cybercrime aspect of how companies do research. Show of hands, how many of you are familiar with the MGM Grand hack or breach that happened this summer? So for those of you that don't know, MGM Grand was hacked this summer. But in most circumstances with cybercrime, it's a human problem, meaning that you are responsible if you fall for a data breach. And this happened with the MGM Grand. But criminals are starting to get more personalized with how they attack people. So what they did is that they looked up the list of people who worked for the MGM Grand. The cyber criminals did. After they found that, they got on social media to kind of find out what things they liked, but essentially to find out who is going to be the easiest mark to fish and send this message to. After they got their intel, they contacted the MGM Grand, used voice cloning to trick the weakest link. And how would you like to be that person, right? That based on my social media profile, I look so gullible that I'm gonna just click on any link or fall for any scam that comes through. So it happened, and the person that was the weakest link gave out the password information to the MGM Grand. And once they got the information, then they were able to log in and achieve their goal. So what I want you to take away from that is, before you start your email marketing campaign with your new incoming connections that you make, do a little research and make sure that you are even a good fit for this company. How many of you are on LinkedIn? And how many of you are getting or seeing more increased spam emails that are coming into your LinkedIn inbox? Everyone in here should have their hands up. Or I'm going to connect with all of you on LinkedIn and start forwarding you all the spam that I get, so we can enjoy the spam messages all together with one another. But email marketing also extends to social media. And I think with social media, we connect with people. We don't even look at their profile, but we're always sending something, or with the LinkedIn sales manager, we're always sending some message to somebody in order to hope that we are playing the numbers game and that someone's gonna take the bait. But I want you to think about this. It almost goes back with the cyber criminals that worked with the MGM Grand. Are you a cyber criminal? Are you a spammer? Do you want to use that method in order to develop relationships with the new people that you're bringing on board that you need to connect with? I saw on a Facebook group the other day, someone asked, how long should I keep a connection that I'm trying to market to in order to convert them to a customer? My response was forever. Then some guys are like, well, heck, if they're not connecting within 6 months, I'm deleting them off my list. Now, why do you think that gentleman said that I would delete them off my list? Anybody? I'm gonna say greed. I'm so impatient. I'm so egotistical that if I reach out to you, then you should automatically want to convert. And that's not how business is done, not in today's world. It's all about the relationships, all about the relationships that you have to develop. And I said forever because I don't think many of us, and I'm sometimes guilty of it, think that if we have someone on our marketing list for 4 or 5 years, that they're not going to convert. But that's not the case. True story. For my business, there was a gentleman I was connected with socially for 10 years. And then one day out of the blue, he's like, oh my gosh, I want to start using your IT services. But it was the process of not pushing our connections to get on our customer list in order to have computer service. And keep in mind too that our customer base, although we do managed services, we do break fix, means that people only call when they have a computer issue. Our goal is to make sure that they continue to call us every time they need service. I don't want one and done, because I hope all of you understand this. It is so hard to convert a customer over from just being a standard user, or just a customer, not a customer, but a potential customer, over to be a current customer. That process is so hard. So to get that customer and to keep them, it's a long, drawn out process, and it's all about the relationships and how you stay in contact with those people. So we need to reach out and find out what the people who have subscribed to your email marketing campaign, your digital marketing campaign, what do they actually want? When was the last time you just sent a survey out to say, hey, are you getting what you need from our marketing efforts? Or are you doing personable marketing to ensure that people want to stay on your list? Or are you reaching dead emails? Show of hands. Have you reached out to say, what do you want? How are you doing? You know, you have to. And one of the best ways to do that is and it sounds crazy that you would do individualized email, but take the time, reach out to several customers a day and just email and say, hey, how are you doing? Life treating you well? Are you getting everything you need from our marketing? Other ways that you can do email marketing is the follow-up. after a product or service is purchased? Do you follow up with your customers after a transaction has occurred? And how are you following up? And do you continue to follow up until you get a response back? Or do you just do a one and done email and then let it go? That's a problem if you're doing one and done, because again, you're not being the go-giver. You're not developing and cultivating that relationship with people in order to want them to stay connected with you. I'm gonna say this multiple times during this presentation, but whatever business you're in, if you're in IT, if you are in the digital marketing business, if you're a plumber, HVAC, whatever your industry, you are in the people business. Plain and simple. Starbucks even says that. We're not in the coffee business, or we're not making coffee to sell to people. We're helping people, well, we're working with people in order to help sell our coffee. And that's one of the biggest brands out there is Starbucks. And you need to cultivate your digital marketing, your email marketing in a way that you are being a go-giver and helping people solve the problems that they have. That is the one thing that is going to make you stand out with your digital marketing efforts in order to keep people entertained. So when it comes to doing your emails, as far as making sure you're staying in contact with your connections, quarters, meaning first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, is a good way and time for you to follow up with people and make sure that they are staying engaged with your email campaign. Because if you don't reach out and touch those people, there is no way that they are going to want to work with you. They'll just see you as the nuisance email that comes in once a month or once a week and say, okay, well, I know they're still in business, but I really don't feel inclined to work with them. Now, our company uses Constant Contact. Now, if you use Constant Contact, MailChimp, or any other image-heavy email marketing scheduling program, it is going to be sent to the spam folder, especially if your clients are working with AOL Mail, Gmail, Yahoo, believe it or not, or even MSN Mail. Those email clients are designed to send stuff to spam. So I would encourage you to mix up your email to make sure that you're not only sending image-heavy email, but you're also sending plain text email that is going to get past that spam filter and wind up in people's inboxes. I would also encourage you to, and I know it sounds petty because you should probably do this the snail mail way, but when anniversaries pop up, send your customer base a message. Happy birthday is an awesome email that you can send out to people in order to build that connection. One of the other things that you can do, let's say that you have someone who has suffered from substance abuse and they're on that road to recovery. A great way to encourage people and to be a go-giver is to email them on the anniversary of their sobriety and let them know that you really care and that you're pulling for them. Now, probably some of you are like, well, what if they fell off the wagon? Well, it matters because you're checking up on them and making sure that they're okay. That's all people want, especially during the holidays. And the holidays are especially tough because people are dealing with all sorts of things: loss, loneliness. So check in on people and make sure that they feel loved and felt. So another myth or fact. So true or false, the image that is showing here is St. Nicholas, oh gosh, I like ruined it. St. Patrick from Ireland. So is that a myth or a fact? Everyone should know that's a myth, because that's obviously St. Nicholas, who's like Santa Claus, right? There you go, I ruined that one. So the sale is the death kill of everyone out there. You really have to stop selling to your subscribers and make sure that you are focusing more on the connection, focusing more on problem solving. So in our industry, for example, with IT services, no one's going to come and utilize our services if they don't have a broken device. So for example, it would be pointless for us to say, hey, if your computer's broken, we've got this $99 special for you to get your computer or device or phone fixed. Because when we send out that email, they may not have a pain point at that time. Instead, the emails that we send out are more focused on, let's help you keep your technology running. We like seeing you, but we don't want to see you in an instance where you're dealing with a tech issue, like you've lost all the data on your computer or your smart device, or your network's down and you can't get access to the internet. We want to help you solve those problems on your own. So we'll send out emails that say, hey, did you know that there's a new feature on the iPhone called Name Drop? Does anyone know this at all? That supposedly will suck all your data out of your phone and into somebody else's phone. Do you believe that at all? It's sort of kind of true, but it's not completely true. So we'll break the myth when you see data instances come through where people are seeing a problem being replicated over the internet. We'll help alleviate that fear when it comes to the devices that they're dealing with in their day-to-day basis. Did you guys know that you did not need antivirus software on any of your devices? Do you believe me or do you think I'm lying? So every computer out there, Windows or Mac, has antivirus software built in. So why not save yourself $30 or $40 and not buy antivirus software, because it's redundant. You don't need it. You don't need any third-party programs like Norton or McAfee or Kaspersky, which brings up a valid point. A lot of antivirus software is developed outside the country. Do you know what their privacy laws are? A lot of them are spying on your devices and using your data to sell it to cyber criminals. How many Temu and Shein shoppers do we have in the room? Oh my goodness. You guys got to stop, because those programs are made by legitimate companies, but they are also stealing the data directly off of your computers and devices. They're operating at a loss. So how are these companies making profit? They're selling your data to cyber criminals who then at some point will come around and steal your data. I do that to educate you and let you know that this is what's really going on. But I'm also trying to inform you too of the ways that you can sell without selling. You don't always have to say, hey, we've got the latest special. You need to figure out what pain or what issues your customer base is dealing with and figure out ways to help them solve those problems so that you can build that trust. Because people don't do business with people. I take that back. They don't do business with businesses, but they do business with people. It's all a people-centric thing. So it's not only you as a digital marketer, but whatever team you're working with, they have to, in turn, show that they care about your customers. So always think about problems that people in your industry are facing and craft emails that are going to help solve those problems. The frequency doesn't matter as far as your emails are concerned. You don't have to send them out every week or every other week, but at least once a month, at the very least, is when you need to send out emails. But it shouldn't always be focused on, well, let's buy, or we've got this special, we've got this sale. Can't be always focused on that. It has to be, what can I do to help better your life? And again, problem solving is the key, because it helps you stand out as a brand authority when it comes to pain points that people have whenever it deals with your industry. I'm on TV quite a bit in the metro area and beyond. Now, most people think if you're on television, you're basically just advertising your business, and that's not the case. The whole idea with being a brand and focusing on problem solving is that people will immediately look to you because you helped solved whatever issue that they were dealing with in their personal lives and in their professional lives. For digital marketers, again, the problem is or you have customers that you work with that are like, I want to reach more people. You're solving that problem through digital marketing of how they can make those connections and get more business. So when you wrap your mind about, hey, I want to stay in connection with these people, I want to help develop relationships with these people, I need to focus more on being a go-giver and give them the solutions that they need. And I know that the results will come back later. Because I hate to say this, but in a lot of aspects, we're selfish. Because we don't give, or we don't want to give, unless we're getting something back. So I'm gonna do an example and show how that works. Now don't keep this if I give it to you, but I've got a crisp $100 bill. So let's say I thought you were struggling, right? You better get this back. But I would just be like, okay, here you go, and then just walk off, right? But a lot of us would come back later and say, well, remember that time I gave you that $100 bill, and you got to do something for me. And that's how we act. We always want something back, and we cannot work with that mindset when it comes to dealing with our customer base. Even if I take my 100 back. Okay. I would have put it in my pocket, to be honest with you. It would have been a fight. But think about that. Think about how you are enriching and improving the lives of the people that you are dealing with day to day. You got to make sure that they're happy. Doesn't matter if you don't necessarily have to be a healer as far as people's problems are concerned, but you have to be and craft your marketing scheme and your business in a way that you are a healer as far as whatever problems they're dealing with in their company. Now, one of the other ways that you can be a go-giver is to share, if you're sending out a digital marketing campaign, on other platforms. How many in here do a blog post for your company? Nobody does blogging anymore? There's like one person. Or you're just like, I'm not raising my hand, Burton, I'm tired. But if you do a blog post, one of the things that you can do is cross-post on your content on other platforms, like LinkedIn. I don't know if you know this or not, but LinkedIn has a blog section where you can actually upload your blog to another area on LinkedIn for both your personal page and your business page. But make sure, again, if you're blogging, it's a blog that's going to be able to solve a problem. It needs to be able to solve a how-to. How do I? What is the best? What can I do? Helping people, being a go-giver, and improving lives is how your blog posts need to be. If you are a blogger, yes, your website's great, but I will tell you, probably didn't know this, LinkedIn has the highest SEO of all of the social media platforms out there. It will even outrank your website. I don't care how good you are at SEO. Social media and LinkedIn is always going to stand out and be the premier place that is going to help get your blog exposed to more people. So keep that in mind. I couldn't go without bringing up AI in my presentation, right? Makes me look like a rock star, like I really know about AI. I really don't use it, but let OpenAI and ChatGPT and Bard Chat and Bing Chat help you with your ideas as far as crafting your email content so that you have a more humanized voice. And we all know AI isn't necessarily human, but at the same time, you can rely on it to make sure that you are getting into, let me give, or you can upload your current email campaign to AI and say, okay, can you take this and humanize this for me? Can you take what I've written and upload it to AI and have it put more of a human, more of a giving side? So we all know prompts are key when it comes to AI. So you want to make sure that your prompt is allowing you, or you're putting in a prompt that is going to take your current email and turn it into something that's going to give value back to the subscribers to your email campaign. Also, if you're struggling with what to say as far as individual emails that you're sending out to people, don't hesitate to use AI in order to help you do that brainstorming process. I hope I don't have to tell anybody that you cannot create AI content and then use it on your own. Everyone knows that, correct? I hope you're not stealing AI, because they will find out. And then you'll end up just going to AI hell, because that's where people wind up going to if they start plagiarizing content off of the internet and off of AI. But don't hesitate to use AI in order to help you generate those ideas that's going to help you stay away from the salesy and go more for give back. So you could have one of your salesy email posts and say, okay, I need you to act as my email marketer, ChatGPT. And is it all ChatGPT? I don't know, because I'm more of a Bard, Bing Chat sort of user when it comes to AI. And I think one of the things that you can do with AI is to ensure that you're just not stuck on ChatGPT, that you're using Google's Bard and you're using Microsoft Bing Chat in order to help formulate email content that's going to help you reach your followers more effectively. But don't plagiarize that stuff, because you're going to wind up in AI hell. Now, I think it's a good idea, as far as being a go-giver, if you have a blog post or emails that are informative, that you keep an archive on your website. Because people are always looking for resources for new information. If your blog post is more of a how-to, or let me help you solve this problem, keep an archive on your website. Number one, it's going to give you higher SEO. Number two, people are going to continue to come back whenever they have solutions, or whatever they want solutions in order to solve their problems. So make sure that on your website, blog posts, or just little short emails, keep an archive so that people can come back and get access to it. And even archive your old emails, because your old email campaigns that you send out, you can utilize that as evergreen content that you can just send out again. There are a lot of instances, emails that we send out to our customer base, we'll just pull from the old archives. We normally wait 2 to 3 years before we send out an old email, but we'll pull it from the archives, because there's nothing worse than reinventing the wheel when it comes to email content. It's a challenge. Sometimes it's hard to formulate what you want to say, but it's easy to go back, take what you've already sent out to your subscribers, and make sure that they are going to continue to get the information and be educated and informed and enlightened, that they will want to stay on your email list, and that they want to continue coming back to you whenever they want you or want to work with your company and have problems solved. And I think with social media, we've invested so much with it. So if you're sending out warm and fuzzies on social media, why aren't we sending out warm and fuzzy emails to our email subscribers? That's not to say that you need to send a video along with your email, but that means that you need to get into the mindset. If I'm being warm and fuzzy on social media, I also need to be warm and fuzzy on our email marketing campaign. Because again, you are not in the products business, you're in the people business. So you want those warm and fuzzy emails that people are going to relate to, because it's going to stand out from the spam that we get into our inboxes on a daily basis. So if you're looking at a way to reword or rethink your email, get into that mindset of how you would market on social media and apply that to your email marketing campaign. And then finally, it's a marathon. You cannot stop with email marketing. I know there are companies that will start down the path of we're going to market, we're going to connect with people, but realistically, it is a long marathon that you have to stay consistent with. Now, you may boo me at this point when I say this. I am of the mindset that when it comes to email marketing, just show up. Yes, it's good to look at that open rate when it comes to your email to see if your current email marketing campaign has been successful. But is the algorithm, does the stats really show you what's going on with your email? Sometimes, if you're using a header that is personalized, people will look at it and just smile for the simple fact that you sent them an email and that it was personalized. But in being a go-giver, if you are sending out emails and you're trying to be warm and fuzzy, do not send out a warm and fuzzy topic just to get someone to open an email, only to be an email that is a marketing email. Keep it real, keep it true, but always remember to make those connections with people when crafting your email marketing campaign. I'm not going to use Jesus here, but at the same time, you just have to be benevolent and say, okay, I want to help. How can I help you in your business to get more out of whatever it is that you're coming for us to handle? So keep in mind that it's going to be a long game. It's going to be a marathon, and it's something that you have to keep up with on a consistent basis. You can't be hot and cold with your email marketing campaign. You got to be consistent, and you've got to be consistently giving. Don't just wait for Giving Tuesday to be more benevolent in your emails. It's something that you have to practice and utilize on an everyday basis, because in the end, you're dealing with people on the other end of that email, not just a bunch of numbers that you're marketing to, hoping that at some point someone's going to buy a product or service with you. If you're in it for the long haul, always think about people and always think about how you're going to encourage people to get to their highest level and help solve whatever problems that they may have in their business. Obviously, I like trivia, right? Because this is like the third and final myth or fact that we're going to do. And I hope this one stumps you, but are you ready? Myth or fact? Christmas trees originated in England. Is that a myth or a fact? Oh my goodness, somebody like really yelled that out. Anyone else care to challenge that? Because I'm sure I'm right. It's a myth. Christmas trees started in Germany. In fact, Queen Victoria's husband, Prince whoever he was back in the 1800s, actually brought that tradition over from Germany in order to happen. So again, I encourage you with your marketing campaign that you get out of the mindset of selling, and then you get into the mindset of connecting with your email subscribers to find out what it is that they need help with and find out how you can encourage their lives and to make their lives better. So that way they are customers for life and you don't have to market as hard in order to attract new people. So with that said, that's me, Burton Kelso, the technology expert. I love technology. I've read all the manuals, and I'm serious about technology, or making technology fun, safe, and easy to use for everyone. So I appreciate you staying after for my presentation. And I think do we have another slide? Oh yeah. So there's the sponsor giveaway. Do you have your ticket to find out if you won that? Are those all $10? I thought there was like a $100 Amazon gift card up there. Oh, it's $100 for each one. So it's not $10, it's $100. So I appreciate the opportunity, folks. So thank you very much. Yeah, I did. Yeah.